Hello everyone. We have been learning parts of speech and today we are going to learn seventh part of speech, that is preposition. Today we are going to see its first part. Now the word itself suggests position. It tells a position of a noun. So it's basically a word that tells position, time or direction of a noun. Noun, that is a name of a person, place, animal, or thing. In detail, you can see my video on noun. So, as it tells about noun, it is used mostly before noun. Examples of prepositions are on, in, at, within, with, and so on. So, let's get started. Now, we have to see the differences between the prepositions of similar meanings. Now, our first preposition is on. Now, the meaning of on is on top of. Whenever something is on something, that means it touches this surface. So, our example is children are playing on the terrace. First object is touching the other one. Now the second one is upon. Here I would like to share on, upon, onto, above and over have almost the same meanings. But there are minute differences which we need to learn. Now the second one is upon. Here the difference is we can replace on with upon, but in formal communication it is mostly used. Now here I have written mostly object is abstract. That means here idea, in this example we are thinking upon the idea. Here the idea is an object which is an abstract, that means which can't be seen or touched. So the idea, the principles, thoughts, all these are abstract nouns, which you can see the details of noun in my previous video of noun. Now here we are thinking upon the idea. Here we have used an abstract object and we have used here upon. On the idea you can use, but it's formal, and for abstract noun as we are using it we must use here upon. Now the third one is onto. Now here let's see an example and then I'll explain you the difference between on and onto. The example is the cat jumped onto the floor. If I use here the cat jumped on the floor, it means the cat is jumping only the cat jumped only on the floor. But when I say the cat jumped onto the floor, that means there is a movement of a cat from some other surface to the floor, that means to another surface. So to indicate that there is a movement in that particular sentence or in that particular situation, we use onto. Now the fourth one again has the same meaning as on, that is above. Now here it means higher than something else. All these, on, upon, onto, above, and over, all have the same meaning of higher than something else. But the difference here is it is in the same building, hill, or part of body, etc. So, generally, when we speak about our neighbors or the people who are living in a same building, that means the residents of the same building, we use here above, and opposite of it is below. Example is This example is used in day to day life spoken English, that is, they live above us. So, here on the contrary, or its opposite is they live below us. Okay, that means in the upper floor or in the lower floor. If it is below, it's in the lower floor, and if it is above, it's a upper floor. So, we use here above. Now, next one is over. Here, on top of or covering a larger area, straight above something but not touching it. We use on when it touches it. Okay, when an object touches the another surface, the surface. Okay, but here we use over. The best example is the bridge is over the river. Between the bridge and the river, there is a gap, but still the bridge is over the river. Okay, we can't use it as on the river. Okay, so the bridge is over the river. Now, next one. Now, let's see another set of prepositions which have similar meanings. That is below, beneath, underneath, under. Now, the first one is under. Meaning is lower physical position. All these prepositions have the same meaning in a lower physical position. But here, under is most commonly used in spoken English. Example is many pencils are lying under the chair. Now here, under the chair, that means it's in a lower physical position. Here we can use underneath or below as well. I have just mentioned about below. Below is again used when something is lower in a lower physical position and it is in the same building or hill. So here's an example. We have a car parking below second floor. Now next one is beneath. Beneath is quite formal. That means it is used in formal communication, though it means the same. The same as under, underneath, or below. An example is they found a chit beneath a pile of books. They found a chit under a pile of books or below a pile of books. All are the same. But in formal communication, we can use here beneath. Now, next one is underneath. Something is covered by another thing. If there is something about under our feet, then we can say it is underneath my foot or your foot. An example is there is a stone underneath your foot. And the thing. Now next set of prepositions with similar meanings is in or inside or into. Mostly people get confused between in and into. Now we have just seen on and onto. There is exact the same difference between in and into. In is used for the steady position or an object, and into is used when a movement is involved in it. So in is used when something is enclosed or surrounded by something else. An example is they live in Mumbai, the box is in a cupboard. In a cupboard. Okay. Now next one, inside. When someone or something is physically enclosed by four sides, then inside is used. For example, all cats are sitting inside the box. That means it literally there is a box and cats are there. I'm not that I'm not at all good at drawing, but I'm trying it. Please try to understand. Here, all cats are sitting inside the box. Cats are there in the box and they are physically enclosed in the box. Physically enclosed by the four sides. So, at that time, we use inside. Now, next one is into. As I just mentioned, we use into when a movement is involved. That means the ball was passed into another room. That means from somewhere else, the ball was moved or passed into that place. That means another room. Here in this example. So it's time for a quick test. You can take this test. First, pause your video and read these questions and then try answering them. In the next slide, you'll find answers. The first one is the ball was thrown dash the room in, into, or inside. Second one is the painting is dash my head above, onto, or over. Third one, a book is lying dash the shelf under or beneath. Now its answers. The ball was thrown into the room. Now throwing is an action of movement. It indicates movement of the ball from somewhere else to the room. Thus, into should be used. Now, next one is a book is lying under the shelf. There is a shelf or there is a drawer you can use here. Okay, below that drawer or beneath that shelf, a book is lying. So, under is used. Under is most commonly used in spoken English, so it is we can use here under. So with this We have completed prepositions part 1. We have seen the differences between the prepositions of similar meanings in this part 1. In part 2, we will learn prepositions themselves but which have different meanings. So, please watch my next video, that is prepositions part 2, if you like my video. And if you like this video and if you understand it, please like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to write any suggestions, comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching my video.